Aloha! Hawaiian Music Live presents Wala'au and Kanikapila. Here's your host, Bruddah Wade and Aaron Mikami.
How's it? Welcome to another edition, actually episode 3. Wala'au and Kanikapila. I'm Bruddah Wade.
I'm Aaron Mikami, and we're here at the Imperial Hawaii Resort. And this is it's like our second home, really, for us, I think, to do this show and a lot of our events. We thank Ola, the crew, Brian, for allowing us to be here once again. And, you know, today is such a beautiful day in Hawaii, not only because it's, you know, kind of halfway through the week, but it is halfway through the year, pretty much. We are at July 1st.
Yeah, can you believe it? July 1st. Oh, my gosh.
And before you know it, we'll be hitting, the start of the school year for a lot of our children. We have Halloween, going to Thanksgiving, and then we'll be having Christmas. And then before you know it, it'll be 2021.
Oh, slow down. We're going too fast. Slow down.
Well, you know, the theory is when you're young, for me, when I was young, you always look forward to Christmas. As soon as Christmas is done, you always look forward to the next Christmas. And as you're younger, it seems like the days take so much longer.
You know, you said young. I forget what that was.
But as you get older, like the days just fly by.
It does. And, we're so grateful you could join us here on Facebook and on YouTube, Hawaiian Music Live. We got an exciting show today.
Oh, we do.
Gosh.
And you know, when it comes to the music here in Hawaii as well as hula, I mean, there is only one person that fits that picture and that mold. And if you can, Bruddah Wade, let's introduce our musical guest.
Named 1990 Miss Aloha Hula at the prestigious Merrie Monarch Hula Festival. She's a 4-time Hoku Hanohano Award Female Vocalist of the Year winner and Grammy nominee. Last year saw the release of her latest project, 21 North, 158 West. Together with her husband Iolani, they create a sound that is uniquely hers. Here's Natalie Ai Kamauu.
It's raining in Nuuanu. Lokuana kauai Nuuanu. Mikami akaua Hawaii. Haina mai kainoa no kalani Iolani Haina mai kainoa no kalani Aloha everyone, and again welcome to the beautiful Imperial Hawai'i Resort and Hotel and beautiful place that we are here in smack dab in the middle of Waikiki, and it's quiet here and it's strange and we miss you and we can't wait until you come back to our beautiful shores here in Hawaii. But until then, this is what we're doing, sending our aloha out on this July 1st to you through our music and our dance. This is our daughter Sha-Lei, and once again, my name is Natalie, and this is my husband Io, and this is what we've been doing for the past few months is dancing and sharing within our own homes, and now we're in your homes today. We decided to do this song. It talks about being here on the beach of Waikiki, which is empty right now. Very, very strange, but we get to enjoy its beauty even more someday. Someday we'll be back. Here we go. Please you, I see you and I sing my song, and then I please you and I tease you and I hula along. The beach of Waikiki is where you wanna be, where my hips they do the dips and they're the moon. My hula hands will tell you stories that you'll never hear. My sweet aloha will obliterate your every fear. And in my tea leaf skirt, it won't be hard to flirt when I romance you, when I'm dancing you my song. I flash my lashes when I see you look my way. I turn around but I don't need to walk away. Over my shoulder I wink, and my instincts tell me you don't want this song to ever end. Miami means my song is almost done. And believe me when I say I've had a lot of fun. I love you round the out in my endearing style. Oh geez, I see you're falling for this hula tease. I'm gonna tease you and please you when I sing my song, and then I'll tease you and I'll please you when I hula along. The beach of Waikiki is where you'll wanna be, where my hips they do the dips under the moon. My hula hands will tell you stories that you'll never hear. My sweet aloha will obliterate your every fear. And in my tea leaf skirt, it won't be hard to flirt when I romance you, when I dance to you my song. I flash my lashes when I see you look my way. I turn around when I don't need to walk away. Then over my shoulders I wink, and my instinct tell me you don't want this song to ever end, never end. Haina ia mai means my song is almost done. And believe me when I say I've had a lot of fun. I love me round the out in my endearing style. Forget the birds and bees, you're my main squeeze. Oh geez, I see you're falling for this hula tease. Oh yeah. Thank you so much again for joining us today. This is my favorite Hawaiian love song, and I can't even remember a time in my life when I wasn't singing it. But I know that before I sang it, I danced it. I also want to give a shout out to our son, her brother. We're wearing hula tees today in his honor, and it helps us to make him and ourselves feel as if he's here with us. This song says, "Come to my bosom, for it is your sweet fragrance, your perfume that calls to me as evening falls." Thank you, Sha-Lei. I mentioned our son just a song before this. And in 2010, 10 years ago, I can't imagine, but that's a crazy thing and beautiful thing about music is that when you write a song, it like tells you the time and the place and maybe the experiences you were going through. Beautiful songs are going to come out of this time too, and we're going to be able to look back and think about all that went on and what we enjoyed and what we didn't like so much. But the music is gonna take us back. this song takes me back to when Chaz was about to graduate and wanting to write a song for him for that special occasion. I asked him, Chazzy, and that's what I call him, Chazzy, what's your favorite flower? And he told me, it's the shower tree. One thing about Chazzy that you might not know is that he's colorblind. And so when he's creating his prints, he struggles to find the exact right color that he's looking for, that he can see in his mind and that we can feel in our hearts when we look at his clothes. And I know that he loves the shower tree because yellow is a color that he can still see. It's still a color he can feel when he looks at the beautiful golden shower tree. Well, I tried writing a song for a shower tree and I couldn't. And instead I turned to my favorite flower, the pakalana, which is in full bloom right now. It is not in quarantine. It is not in lockdown. It is not staying home. It is staying healthy though. This is Ku'upo Pakalana. Oh, hey, oh, hey, eke aloha. Oh, my, oh, hey, me ko a'ala. Moani ni mai ne, e kupua pakalana, yeah. Aloha, oh my, oh me ko a'ala. Moani ni mai ne, e kupua pakalana, yeah. Yeah. Mabagalana ikapopi oke unyana ke aloha poni e kupua bagalana yeah. Yeah. Nakamakuwa Lamai hoi
Hawaiian Music Live, Hawaii's internet radio, streaming a mix of Hawaiian music like you have never heard before. Traditional, contemporary, slack key, ukulele, and more. Globally engaging our communities through live Hawaiian music and events. For a calendar of where you can go to see live performances of Hawaii's incredible artists, visit hawaiianmusiclive.xyz. Wherever you listen and however you listen, please support Hawaii's music. Hawaiian Music Live.
We know you're ready to get out of the house for a much-needed staycation in Waikiki. Stay at the Imperial Hawaii Resort, located on Lure Street and just steps away from Waikiki Beach. Walk to everything in Waikiki. Family staycation, getaway for two, the Imperial Hawaii Resort has something for you. Local rates start at $149 per night and include free parking and no resort fees. Call direct at 808-923-1827 and ask for the special.
Hello, welcome back to Vala'au and Kanikapila right here on Hawaii Music Live. Brother Wade along with Aaron Mikami.
Aloha. Wow. What a kickstart the show.
I tell you, this is, we are so honored to have you folks here with us today. Thank you for coming out of quarantine and hanging out with us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, of course, the Kamauu family. We have Sha-Lei, we have Nat, and, of course, we have Io here with us today. Thank you guys for being here, first of all. And, we love you guys.
We love you too, and we're so grateful to have these opportunities to come out.
Yeah, out of Nat's corner.
Out of Nat's corner.
Come out of Nat's corner.
This is Nat's corner.
Today
right
is,
now.
yeah, this is Nat's
I know.
corner.
We were right
Nat's
here.
corner on
Yeah.
Hawaii
We
Music Live.
transformed to Nat's corner.
Oh, this
over
is
here.
this is Nat's Hale. Nat's Hale today. We call it that because she came out of Eva Beach just to be with us, and
Yeah, they left last week to be here in Waikiki.
And we have our passports and our suitcases are right outside.
And then their jet when they came in, it was like, oh, how is this? That's when
we had to clear the landing pad on the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
We thought honestly we thought the president was coming because we saw the helicopter and the choppers and the FBI all around, the secret agents, but. It was his family over here, but
Aaron, you're so adorable.
We told you guys that in confidence. I mean, now you're letting it all out of.
But the funny part was when they came out, we're like, how come the security guard is bigger than the guys who are actually security guards? Like when Io came out of the airplane, you're like, oh, his muscles are much bigger than the private detectives were next to him. But
yeah, that's true. I actually run them through a very rigorous training doing this momonovirus. So we work really hard every day.
I know how that goes.
Yeah. And speaking of which, what has this time been like for you folks?
Well, there it is. I'm just joking. Actually, I'm going to tell you something. Last Christmas, we had, just given our baby away. She just got married. And we knew that Chaz, our son, was getting married too. And I was feeling really sad and thinking, I'm going to be alone by myself. I mean, with Io, of course. But I'm going to be alone. My house is empty. I'm an empty nester. Oh, my gosh, when did that happen? And so when they asked me what I wanted for Christmas, sorry, everyone, we all got it because I asked them for time. So, yeah, I wanted more experiences and more memories to be created with them. And that's exactly what I'm getting. So,
And here I bought her an iWatch. How wrong was I? Just totally missed it.
The steps. How much steps today? How much steps?
Like, wait, what?
And where
Where they go?
We're not keeping time during this time. I don't want to know what time it is. And I was surprised today to find out that it was already July. Like, when did that happen?
Yeah.
Well, because normally for you guys are in Japan.
Yeah.
I want to say more than half the year.
Yeah.
So as far as staying here in the islands and getting time with Sha-Lei, with Shaz, and with Io, I think.
And we've been cooking a lot, and Io's been baking a lot.
Oh, Betty Crocker, how are you doing?
Yes.
Well, very well.
No, but isn't that like the positive thing to come out of all of this?
It
that
really
you
is.
get that family time.
Yes, and for all the times that we weren't home for Mother's Day and Father's Day, we were.
Yeah.
And birthdays and May Day. We haven't been home for those celebrations for years. And we have asked ourselves, like, why is it that we can't do what we do in Japan here in Hawaii? But we're learning how to. We're Zooming with our Japanese students now. It's kind of hard because, you have to, like, consider the time difference. So yes, so sorry to my neighbors. Ipus are going at midnight because that's only 7 o'clock in Japan. But that's what our home is, and Nat's Corner has expanded to. I mean, many people think Nat's Corner is in my room. It's in the middle of our living room. That's Nat's Corner. Yeah, it's not somewhere private and only for me. It's in the middle of our living room, and it's grown to incorporate not just things that you see maybe on Instagram, but even things that you haven't seen yet.
I gotta ask this.
What?
The clock in the back. I'm like, man, they go live at 10 o'clock every time. How did they do that? And I'm like, wait, is the clock work or what? It's stuck on 10 o'clock or what? What is the story
it all
behind
depends
the
on
clock?
what time zone we're airing it in. So, somewhere in the world, it's 10 o'clock.
Okay.
No.
We're going with it. No.
Okay, so I actually created Nat's Corner for McKenna when she wanted to do Talk Story. She wanted to come into our home, and we had never really, like, exposed so much of ourselves because she wanted to see all, like, the glitz and the glamour where it lived. And it lives in my bedroom, but I very well couldn't bring her into my bedroom. Right?
Is this a different show we're talking about right now?
Right?
Wait a second. Woo!
Yeah, so we created Nat's Corner for the TV show. All right, and we had, like, days to, like, paint the wall, bring in the furniture. All of that didn't exist. And then we quickly put up the clock without turning it on. It has batteries, everything. We just never turned it on. And now we can't get it off the wall.
You should have stuck with, yes, it's 10 o'clock. We go live at 10 o'clock all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you can use that as an excuse. People ask, "Oh, can you come and meet us somewhere at 9:30?" Oh, at 10 o'clock we always go live. You can use that as an excuse.
Or we can say, hey, in Singapore we have to go live at 10 o'clock. So I'm sorry.
Exactly. Yeah. See, there's always things you got. The guys always can think about that kind of stuff. The excuse. But I know ladies such as you two, you're very honest with everything. Yeah.
Well, I gotta come clean because if you come to my house, you're gonna see it's 10 o'clock, and when you leave, it's gonna be 10 o'clock. So, yeah.
But here's the thing. On one of Nat's Corner, we turned the clock. Now you gotta go find that video.
Well, Sha-Lei's like, wait, when did that happen? Well, maybe only in Ever Beach, time stands still.
It does.
Yeah, right
When
there.
you come down Fort Weaver, boom, time stops.
It is 6 and 10 o'clock.
Stays on 10 o'clock.
Now, Sha-Lei, for you, you just recently getting married, and you always with mom and dad performing with them. I mean, it's a sense of, well, first off, you can't be late to your job, right? You gotta because if you are, I can just imagine already that conversation. And most of the times you come with them too, so it's like, hey, well, but as far as being the daughter of such well-known parents who have such a they're pillars in the industry.
You're so sweet.
No, and for me, I think I didn't know this, but Io was working at the radio station before I was there. I didn't know that until later on, like many
It was
years
way
after.
back then when we had Real to Real and
What is that?
Yeah, well, see, exactly. That's my whole thing. Everything was carved on stone tablets.
No, but how does it, for you, when you go out in public and you get a chance to dance while mom and dad are singing behind you, what's that feeling like?
I don't think I can put it into words, because when I'm dancing, I don't just feel them. I feel my grandparents who passed away. And it's actually that's the feeling that I've always wanted to have in my life. So it's a joy to do it with them beside me.
And then when I see her dance, I can see generations. So I see her, but then I see my parents, and I see Io's parents, and I see our grandparents all in her. And that's kind of what's going on with us as we're performing together as a family.
Yeah, and it's actually sad because this quarantine, we didn't have shows. So I know she has Nat's Corner, but I mean, Nat's Corner only fits Nat. It doesn't fit me.
It's not family's corner, right?
Is this the tell-all? Is this Nat's Corner tell-all pillow talk?
Oh, we're getting the scoops today. Man. I love this.
So maybe in the next Nat's Corner, we're going to substitute you for Dad and have you just, take Dad's spot in there. I don't know. I'm just trying to,
I actually pulled out the brownies one time and danced with the brownies.
Oh.
She was baking. It was true.
Okay.
And we were
brownies.
And we were singing, and in the middle of our Nat's Corner, when we were going live, she comes with the pan of brownies and starts dancing. We're like, get it, Sha-Lei. Just do your thing.
Because not only, we've seen you on a lot of stages as well. I don't know, Hoku Awards. You present a lot of awards there as well, and you're well known. I think on TV, and when you go around places, I've seen people go, picture, and you're like, oh, okay, because you don't think that people know who you are, but I think being a part of the family and being always around the music.
And her blue hair. Her blue hair is the dead giveaway because I can walk incognito into Target and be safe. Then they see Io and they're like, wait a second. Red, white, blue.
So you guys are getting ahead of 4th of July this weekend. Oh.
Year round.
Year round. I don't know the feeling on that.
Hey, speaking of Nat's Corner.
Yes.
Recently, it kind of went viral amongst all the other videos you've put out. But tell us about Ain't No Mountain High Enough. How did that come about and where did that come from?
Okay, we cannot deny that so many things have been going on during this COVID, and one of them is Black Lives Matter. And in Hawaii, honestly, I don't feel like there's racism. I look at everyone as being equal to me, and they're my brother, they're my sister, everyone. So I don't really look at race as something that divides us, but people were writing to me and calling me out and saying, Nat, you have a responsibility to say how you feel. Okay, I thought I did a couple posts. I'm not the kind of person that gets political, and I'll post about Mauna Kea too, but it doesn't become my whole feed. And so the song starts, listen, baby. So it was my way of expressing how I felt. Our cultures can blend and mesh, and there should be no dividing line between this culture and this culture. We should all get together. And yeah, I'm pretty surprised. I was surprised when it passed 10,000, and then someone wrote, Devin Nekoba, he wrote to me, he's like, Nat, you're at 50,000. I'm like, what? I didn't even check. And oh girl, it's not 50,000, it's 60,000, and it just started going up. So I think it's a message that everyone understood without me having to force it down their throats, and it was something they could feel.
Terrific. That's using your platform in the best way you know how.
Right.
And expressing it.
Another one's coming, don't you worry.
All right, so for folks that may have never seen it, or it's Instagram.
It's actually on Facebook.
Okay, it's not. That video is on Facebook.
Yeah, the Facebook one is at 137,000, and I don't know about my Instagram. I'm not the kind go and scroll and go, I don't know, camp on my own page. I'm not that.
Yeah, we hired Devin Nekoba for that.
Yeah, but I just put it out there and hope that whoever sees it feels something. And if it's two people, then by all means, I hope you felt something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so if they want to catch future Nat Corner, it's Instagram.
Instagram at Natalie Ai Kamauu official, because a Russian girl stole my name, okay?
No way.
Yes, and she said, I'm not Hawaiian, but I like the sound of this name.
Wow.
Yeah. So So there was months where I was like stuck. Like, what do I do? So then I made Natalie Ai Kamauu official. And then, I don't know what happened to her.
She became unofficial.
She became unofficial, but I'm still official. Yeah. She's unofficial. But then I just never went back to take off official because I didn't want people to get confused between the two because some of my friends were her friends. Oh. So, so I wanted to make sure,
I always wondered why the official, but...
There you go. It's not like I was like...
I'm going to change mine today to Aaron call me official. See if it makes a difference. I don't think so. Nobody wants to be my name, but it's okay. No, let's go back to 1990.
Oh, no.
I want to talk about this, because we just got a chance to experience the Merrie Monarch Festival a couple years ago. Okay. And we...
backstage.
Yeah.
First time ever a couple years ago.
And it was, for us, I mean, that's like the pinnacle of the Hula Road. If you're there... Then
you somebody.
If you're there to get tickets, then you really even try hard, to get you're lucky.
You somebody.
No, but then we were able to see you guys in the backstage area by the musicians tent, and to see the thing unfold because I've watched it many years at home on my TV, and I've always been blown away with the performances and the music, of course, that is being sung. Because a lot of those songs that are being sung that night, they become hits on the radio or even at performances at their gigs. But to see the amount of work that goes into competing for Miss Aloha Hula, I mean, it's not only days. People think, you just wake up, you show up to Hilo, and you're on stage and you're ready to go. No. There's not only days, there's not only weeks, there's not only months. Sometimes there's years for some of these dancers. So let's go back to that evening.
Okay.
What you get to Hilo. When did you arrive on that week?
I arrived on Wednesday.
Oh, so the day before the competition.
The day before, and I had my stage rehearsal that morning.
Okay.
And it was horrible. And I left, and I have parents, right? My parents are my kumuhula, so I had to get back in the van with my parents, and I had to hear like all the things I did wrong on the stage. And I was full on crying, went back to the hotel, and my dad called me into his room, and he went over line by line as my mom sat there and said, yes. And I cried through the whole thing, went back to my room, cried, and we had mothers that stayed in our rooms at that time because I was the oldest. So we had a lot of 13, 14, 15-year-olds. So we had a mother stay in each room. And I literally came out of the shower and asked her, will you do this for me? Can you do this for me? And she's like, what? I said, dance for me tonight? Can you do it? Because it was such a great weight, and there was so much expectation because it wasn't my first year. I had run in 1988 and come in first runner-up. So as a competitor, and I never thought of saying the word competitor, but as a competitor, you go in there and you just try to do your best. But now, because I did my best the last time, so now what do? I need to beat myself. I need to be better than the person that they saw 2 years ago. So it's such a great weight. And plus having parents that are kumuhula and knowing that everyone is expecting you to make them proud. I want to make them proud too, but the expectation was just so heavy. But in the end, what I got was this guy, because while I was sitting in the dressing room, and my dressing room was the only dressing room that didn't have a door. It had a trash bag stapled to, and I don't know why, and I know they didn't give it to me on purpose, but someone had to have that dressing room. And my light was like the kind of wire kind of just hanging and stapled to the ceiling, and it kept going off and on all night. And this is a little secret, people. I used to be terrified of the dark. I used to have to sleep with the light on or the TV on. Till about 10 years ago, I finally grew out of it. So the light going off and on was literally freaking me out. it probably wouldn't have freaked anybody else out, but it was freaking me out. But every time the light came on and the wind blew the trash bag, I saw this really handsome musician who was singing for another girl. Thank you very much. walking past my room, and he kept peeking in too. And by the next Merrie Monarch, we were engaged. We had kept it a secret, and because I wanted to be like Miss Aloha Hula, right? But after a Merrie Monarch, we announced that we were engaged and got married in September. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to rewind back to the Afraid of the Dark.
Yeah.
Since we're sharing,
Yes.
let it be known that Aaron Mikami, he doesn't know how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
Aaron,
I don't.
Never learned.
I try to.
really?
My cousin tried to teach me one time. So what he
Did you
did is
put
put me.
training wheels?
No, I went straight, no training wheels, and he put me on top of where I live is a hill.
No,
He
no.
goes, okay, go down the hill and then try and ride, and
No.
yeah, I ended up in my bushes.
Well, it is.
Yeah, but I did hit the car because where my hill is, it comes down. There's a street that goes across. Yeah, I didn't want to go into the intersection, so what I did was I just turned my body
Yes.
and I went right into my bushes. So
I've
got
done
up.
that on a skateboard.
That's why I keep telling Aaron, don't worry, it's just like riding on bike. Oh, wait.
Oh,
you
wait.
don't know.
Yeah, you got to retract that statement. Yeah. But I think it's for me it's fun though because I get to lose weight. Like I said, we're going on this on this juice cleanse that lasts me 3 hours. But I go from point A to point B with my legs. Yeah, my
Okay.
trusty legs.
All
Yeah.
right.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
So if you guys ever wonder why I look so slim and trim, I walk. If you're ever wondering, though, that's the question, because I don't think you are.
I was. When I walked in, I was like, his head is shinier and he looks thinner.
Nat, you know what? Oh my gosh! For the next Hawaii Music Live special, we're definitely gonna put like 3 hours on your special for all your nice compliments. Well, I know your son's not here, but you guys are wearing his clothing.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and let everyone know what you guys are wearing?
You want to? Me? Oh, okay. It's Hula Tees, and you can find him at hulatees.com. And this is his Kiele print. And I know, there's a lot of musicians, especially Josh, who, write songs about gardenias. But in our grandma's yard, she had a long bush of gardenias. And especially during this time, they would just bloom in profusion. And that's what we remember about what grandma's house smelled like. And so this is his design. It comes in 2 colors, this plum and a beautiful teal aqua. And yeah, we're lucky that he makes us look pretty.
We need to get hula tees so we can look pretty too.
Yeah. We need some. We need a lot.
Some more than others, but I mean, no. As this pandemic is going on, you guys have been staying home, learning how to cook, learning how to bake, doing your Nat's Corner.
Yes.
And then you told us that you've been busy doing something else. Are you able to kind of talk about this a little bit?
Mr. Kamauu?
So, at the beginning of the year, okay, let me back it up a little bit too. Back it up, back it forward, however you want to call it. We did have a string of concerts at the end of July into August into September that the promoter wanted us to release, have an EP, brand new songs specifically for this concert. So in January, February, we're like, we got to get into the studio. And as we started the process of laying down tracks with Dave, things just started happening, and with the COVID and things being shut down, we just kept on going until we totally got shut down and had to quarantine at home. But in the process, now that things are slowly opening up, we're back in the studio. We surpassed the goal that we set out to achieve, and we should be releasing a CD very soon.
Next year, come on.
Wow.
Well, at least you give a date, because there's musicians out there who go, oh, come out soon, and then soon is like 2 years, 3 years sometimes.
But we never know what's going to happen in our lives. So sometimes we start a project and then like something happens and we take a detour. And eventually it leads us back. But that doesn't mean that when we come back to it, that we're the same person. So then we have to listen to what we did, and sometimes we have to make changes that take longer time. I'm just talking about myself. But
it was just last year that you folks released.
Yeah. But that was a long process, and so I didn't want it to take long again. And so that was a long process. So getting back into the studio and putting music down and expressing ourselves through melodies and lyrics, it actually helped us really to get through this COVID, because we were constantly talking about songs, playing around with songs, and easy to then go into the studio and say, this is what we want to do, and lay it down and let it grow.
We actually found that music too helped us to be more uplifting, because as you watch the news and everything, and just there's a lot of things happening, and a lot of, maybe I would say, depression starting to set in with people, and this was one way for us to cope with it. Try to look at songs, dig deep into ourselves and reinvent ourselves. And then, actually we could see that with other musicians, actually individuals, and this program right here is a product, I believe, of everything that happened, because now we're here.
Right.
With a new program.
And I don't think that it should end just because, things open up and get back to some sort of normalcy. I think it's necessary for us to keep spreading and sharing our music and our aloha throughout the world. And this is crazy, awesome, good.
Oh, well, thank you.
This is all Wade's idea. Remember, said he's the leader of the whole show.
Yes,
so.
Thank you. Based on the music, congratulations. Hoku's they moved from May to September now. Yeah. We're hoping everything works out, that it does go off on September 10th. But congratulations comes your way. A few final ballot nominations.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to be honest. 6 is like my lucky number. That's like forever. Like, how many nominations did you get? 6? Like, every album, 6. And I usually walk away with just 1. And that one makes me, like, so happy. So I'm just going to put it out there, please.
No, well, it's funny because
give album away, single away, give it all away, but please finish that one.
No, well, 6 is my lucky number too. Like when I go to Fresh Juicery, I get 6 juices. When I go to Rainbows, I order 6 paid lunches.
Right.
You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean, right?
I totally understand that.
I eat 6 cookies. It's true.
Well,
I eat 6 meals a day.
Yeah, wait.
Oh, wow. But we can't tell.
Usually between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m.
Oh.
It's true. I go into the refrigerator like, who ate the rest of the manapua?
Sha-Lei.
What happened to the rest?
This is the tell-all. This is the tell-all. Sha-Lei did it.
It's a natural answer, yeah?
Yep, Sha-Lei.
Well, Wade has some pictures that he wanted to go ahead and show.
Actually, just one picture. If you guys can take a look at the monitor here. And
we are only human.
Hawai'i.
Yeah.
Bro, the sun has set.
Take us back. What year is 90?
That was about,
Was it 98,
no, it was like
97?
75 pounds ago.
It's like 1997, I believe.
Yeah.
Around there. And those 2 Haole guys, and I say that with love, they're brothers, and they had an idea.
They were from Sweden.
Were they from Sweden? Oh, yeah, they
Sweden.
were from Sweden. And they had an idea to put together a Hawaiian music group that would sing house music. Because the one all the way on the end, he owns Pink Cadillac.
No way.
What is that?
Well,
Yeah.
Never
mind.
Age group, but
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, so
Your
he...
club here in Waikiki, right down the road.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So he
Thanks,
wanted
Sha-Lei.
a group. He wanted a group to to have to perform there. And so his idea was to bring like Hawaiian chanting with house music together. So he actually watched Merrie Monarch. And he chose, not me, but our Miss Aloha Hula that we had run that year, and contacted her and asked her, who taught you how to chant? And she said, oh, Natalie. And asked her if she wanted to be in the group, and she said, not at all, but please call Natalie. So they called me, and then they asked me if I knew a guy that could do what I did. And I was like, yeah, I do. And so this is something that people probably don't know, but they told us that we couldn't act like we were married when we were out as Sunland. That's why they specifically separated us like that, put my back to him, everything, so that people wouldn't think that we were married. And when we would go to the nightclubs to perform, like, of course, guys, we had to dance with everybody, and Eel would get, yeah, like he turned into King Kong kind of. But
so this recording
Yes.
was for both of you. No, you had recorded before with Kavaiola.
Kavaiola, yeah.
But for you, this was your first step into the recording.
No, because when I won Miss Aloha Hula, someone heard me chanting and said, I think she has a strong voice, so let's take her into the studio and let's do Christmas songs. So okay, Aaron, listen to this. I released a single.
Oh, what?
A single.
Can I have the
There's
definition?
four songs on a cassette, 2 on each side. Side A and side B.
So actually you have to take it out and turn it around and put it back in.
Yes. And Eo was the only DJ that was playing my songs. So I called the DJ to thank the DJ for playing my songs, and that was the beginning of our relationship. So without the single and without KCCN, there would not be Nat.
Yeah.
And Eo.
Or Sha-Lei.
Sha-Lei.
And Jazz.
Otherwise known as Inks.
We'll have to research and get those 4 songs.
Please don't.
Kasingle.
Kasingle. I don't think you can even play a Kasingle anymore.
And Dave swears that he called me or emailed me and asked me if I wanted my music, and he said, you never answered me, so I dumped it. So he doesn't even have my files.
Wow.
But he said he dumped a lot, so it wasn't just like mine, but a lot of music that he had recorded on the reel to reel.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, Sunland was part of my growing up.
Was
you know?
it?
Oh yeah. Because I was toot toot beep.
You know what?
beep,
That would have
oh,
really
yeah.
helped you riding the bike. The toot toot beep beep. That would have just moved people out of the way.
Well, unfortunately, during that time, had Sunland, had Faceless was another group.
Had Sudden Rush.
Sudden Rush was also.
We were always doing concerts with Sudden Rush.
Oh, that would be interesting. They come, you guys do your thing, and they.
Yeah, and then but Eo was like, "Kahino ko kako." So the two guys, they would always talk to each other. It was really cool. It was really fun, and even though it didn't really end well because they moved to Miami and we stayed here.
Yeah.
But I'm super grateful for everything that I learned about the music business.
And we still keep in touch with Chad,
Yeah.
as well as Claudia. Chad lives here, and he works for the government. Claudia is married now. She lives in Japan with her husband.
Yeah.
And
So we've gotten together with them in Japan, and we've had dinner here when Claudia's come back to visit her family. So we're still best of friends.
Yeah.
I have a new group, Sunland Rush.
Sunland
We get
Rush.
Sunland and we get Little Rush. Sunland Rush.
Or
right
Rushland.
Rushland.
Rushland. Heading to the Rushland.
And the people are like, are you Russia? Are you from Russia? No. Going to Rushland.
Yeah, that's not the official.
Not official.
Not official.
Can I just say that I can tell that all 3 of you are DJs? We're feeling left out here.
Well, they came before me. Remember that now. So I had to learn, growing up from the mentor here. And then, of course, growing up, you listen to the radio. And like I said, during my time, people are wondering, what station who played Sunland? Well, it was FM 100.
It was
also, the first one was I-94.
Yes.
Hot I-94.
Hot I-94.
Yes. And the PD at the time was Alan Oda.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Alan Oro was the guy. Yeah.
And KQMQ.
KQMQ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember
Those
that.
are the three. And did you know that one time, like, we were #1 on all the stations at the same time? We had a party.
Hey, that was huge.
That was huge.
That was huge, man.
And we had no idea what we were doing. We all went into the studio at different times. We didn't know the outcome of what we did. And, okay, I'm sorry, love you guys, but they're tone deaf. So, like, they would, like, play it on, like, an instrument, and then they would sing it to us in, like, the same note. And then we would have to, like, guess what they wanted us to do. It was super fun.
Wow.
It was super crazy.
The other hit though from Sunland, I remember, was Juliet. Juliet, girl I've never seen her.
Oh, easy.
Talk about tone deaf, yeah.
Easy.
That's me.
Easy, Tiger. Easy. Not only don't know how to ride bike, don't know how to sing either. But anyway,
We still love you.
we love you. We love
still
you. Though. We love
'cause
you.
You know
We love
how
you.
to shave your head pretty,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
But you look good. You look fabulous.
Yo, you too. Thanks. Thank you for your support.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, for fellow DJs. Yeah.
Again, we appreciate you guys being here with us today. First time we have Hula on the show, episode
Yay.
3. Thank you guys for joining
thank
us.
you for having us.
No, would you guys?
It's actually really fun.
Oh, I wanted to mention we had some folks from Japan
Yeah?
watching, even New Jersey.
Oh, hi everybody.
It's
Jersey.
incredible.
New
The
Jersey.
reach
Is
of
that
Hawaiian
right?
music, but they find it and they love it. So, would you guys mind playing a few more songs for us?
Absolutely.
We're actually going to
Tutti.
stand outside and just watch the ocean.
Isn't it beautiful? though?
No, no.
Once again, thank you to the Imperial Hawaii Resort for allowing us to be here once again for this episode of Vala'au and Kanikapila. And, as we get back to more music,
Yes.
it's such a blessing to have our friends join us here on a set.
Yep.
And making time for us, because we know through their schedule, normally they wouldn't even be here on Oahu with us. They'd probably be in Japan.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, I think they might have residency in Japan pretty soon too. They might have a house there because they're there so often. I don't know, that's what I heard. But
Yeah,
Not
we're
this year.
we're moving right in next to Disneyland. So
Nice. All right. When we come back, we promise you more music with Natalie Ai Kamauu right here on Vala'au and Kanikapila.
Hawaiian Music Live, Hawaii's internet radio, streaming a mix of Hawaiian music like you have never heard before. Traditional, contemporary, slack key, ukulele, and more. Globally engaging our communities through live Hawaiian music and events. For a calendar of where you can go to see live performances of Hawaii's incredible artists, visit hawaiianmusiclive.xyz. Wherever you listen and however you listen, please support Hawaii's music. Hawaiian Music Live.
We know you're ready to get out of the house for a much-needed staycation in Waikiki. Stay at the Imperial Hawaii Resort, located on Lure Street and just steps away from Waikiki Beach. Walk to everything in Waikiki. Family staycation, getaway for two. The Imperial Hawaii Resort has something for you. Local rates start at $149 per night and include free parking and no resort fees. Call direct at 808-923-1827 and ask for the special.
And here we are back atop Waikiki in the beautiful sunlight, feeling its warmth. I wrote this song for Io. But it was a crazy experience. I had gone months without being able to write a song. And he suggested, maybe you want to have a staycation. Maybe you want to go to Maui. And I said, I don't know anything about Maui. I don't really feel any kind of connection for Maui. He said, okay, well, maybe you want to go to Waimea. I said, I wrote a song for Waimea, so I don't feel like I should write another song about Waimea right now. Then he said, maybe you want to go to Waikiki. And I said, nobody wants to hear me sing a song about Waikiki. The things that we've learned during this time. If I could sing songs about Waikiki, I would sing. I would sing them as I stand here looking out. In any case, we had business to do on the Big Island. So I found myself on my seat on Hawaiian Air. And as the plane began to take off, the words to this song started falling into my lap. Simultaneously with the melody, and I was frantically writing the words on my notes on my phone and trying to remember the tune. By the time we landed, the song was Pao. And I said, I didn't need a staycation on Maui, in Waimea, and in Waikiki. I just needed to get a little closer to heaven. I've written so many songs for this person that stands next to me, always on my left side, who feeds me his beautiful music in his sound hole with his guitar. When I'm scared, he comforts me, whispers in my ear, "You can do it, Nat." It's my name you hear, but it will always be us. It will always be we. His favorite flower is the ginger. Kule makamai, you are my precious slave. Oh, hey, boy, e kule, ava pui nanino, no hei, Havapuhi, Ku'ulei Makamai. This past November, our baby girl got married, and it was not an easy thing for this mommy. And I'm sure it wasn't an easy thing for her daddy, too. We are most grateful for her husband, who loves and adores her and puts up with the craziness of our life. But we wanted to do something special for her wedding. So before she entered the room, we sang this song to her groom. Sha-Lei's favorite lei is the lei pikake. She is that sweet. But we wanted him to know how precious she was to us. To know that we were entrusting this beautiful lei into his hands. We entitled it My Sweet. Happy July.